Alright, ignoring all the token Rambo stuff, we got the brand new cards for the start deck sets of 6, 7, and 8 for Gramgrace, Favrneel, and Orfist. So let's begin. And unfortunately, we still don't get the new Favrneel ride line, or the official one. Oh, and this time no card of the days, because they're all token Rambo, so we're ignoring it. So to the Tuesday stream itself, with the new Gramgrace card, Knight of Soaring Refinement Daphne. Grade 2 tank balance skills, auto rearguard. When your grade 3 or greater unit in the center column attacks, if your Vanguard is Gramgrace, the attacking unit gets +5 key power to end that battle. You can use Gramgrace itself for this skill, just saying, but ideally you're going to be calling the grade 3 with Gramgrace itself. But anyway, second skill, auto front row rearguard. When this card attacks, if you have a Vanguard that is Gramgrace, and your center column attacked at least 2 or more times this turn, cost count +1, this unit gives us 15 key power to the end of that battle. Remember, Gramgrace playstyle, put something in the center back row for it to attack. So the 2 attacks is very likely to happen with Gramgrace. And just being a 20k beater on its own is actually pretty nice. Next for Favrneel, Purgatory Baron Hoardiness. Grade 3 token power and skills. Auto rearguard. At the end of the battle that this unit attacked a Vanguard, if your Vanguard is Favrneel, cost, put this to soul, choose one of your opponent's rearguards and retire it. The important part is that this card puts itself in soul, which will add up for your grade count for Favrneel, especially for the second skill where auto soul, at the beginning of your ride phase, if your Vanguard is Favrneel, cost, bind this card, discard a card from your hand, activate Persona Ride until the end turn. But you cannot Persona Ride with other card abilities, and you cannot ride for the rest of the turn. This is an instant 4-of mandatory for Favrneel, because one thing is Favrneel, you cannot ride cards on top of it. Very important factor here. So meaning there's no way to play Persona Ride practically other than with the Regalias piece. And keep in mind, Favrneel still has the Persona Ride icon. So yes, the ruling states that you can actually Persona Ride with this now. And thanks to this card, you practically have 4 more copies of that Favrneel, even though it's not. And the nice part is that this card still goes to soul on its own ability, so you can activate the second skill pretty easily, and being a grade 3 adds up for the grade count for Favrneel, and you need the 13 grade total. So yeah, overall pretty good. Finally, to the new Orfist card, Polarex Dragon. Grade 2 tank balance skills. Auto, when placed on rearguard, if your Vanguard is Orfist, cost soul +1, choose a world card with a different name from the card from your order zone, from your drop zone, and put it into the order zone. This is definitely really nice because not only that you can play more than one order in a turn, the fact that you're more likely going to be discarding those orders is really high, and recycling some of them is actually going to be really good on top of it, because some of them will be cheaper cost with this card, aka Overcoming an Eternity, because that one costs a Soul Blast 2. This is Soul Blast 1, so that minuses less soul. And also soul is not too much of a problem with Orfist overall, because there's ways to cheat your stuff. But anyway, second skill. Auto, when put to the drop zone from rearguard or hand during the battle phase, if your world is Dark Knight or Abyssal Dark Knight, you draw a card. This is really good for a few reasons, because the big one is Orfist really lacks hand. The fact that you can recycle that is really good, and even as a rearguard and calling a Shadow Army token on top of it is really good, because that negates some of your minuses, which is what Orfist pretty much kind of needs, because yeah, losing that one card in hand from the discard for the tokens does actually hurt your hand advantage, and that is one thing that Orfist kind of has been having trouble with. And the fact that this card can recycle an order, yeah, that is also good on top. So definitely must play in Orfist. So that's it for the new start deck set support for Gramgrace, Favrneel, and Orfist. What do you guys think of it? Honestly, they're just really good cards for each of their respective decks. And I'm just gonna say, they are very likely gonna be 4-ofs, and very guaranteed on top of it, for their respective decks. And if I'm gonna be honest, Orfist is the only one I'm interested in, because I of course am playing Orfist. But other than that, I do want to ask, since we got a start deck set for Cater, Dark State, and Brandgate, will we get a Dragon, Empire, and Stoke in 1 too? I'm just saying. But other than that, that's it for this, and see you all next time.